Watch out, Rode! Your wireless go may not be the best deal to get. What's up, everybody? This is Scott. Welcome back to another video. Well, in today's video, I have the Hollyland Lark 150, which is what you see here, that Hollyland graciously sent over for me to test. Now, the Lark 150 is a portable wireless dual mic system that comes with two clip-on omnidirectional microphones and one receiver. It's basically two versions of the Rode Wireless Go in one nice little package. It has wicked fast auto pairing and more on that in a bit. And the charging case, which is absolutely a phenomenal idea, is also included. And I'm going to talk about the case here in a bit as well. It does come included, which is pretty much shots fired at Rode, two lavalier mics, which is nice because they're not an extra cost like that of the Rode Wireless Go. Also comes with the TRS cable, the USB-A to USB-C, and two furry windscreens as well for the microphones, which, again, spoiler alert, way better than the Rode Wireless Go. The website says that this is perfect for vlogging, interviews because of the two transmitters, live streaming, and more. And quite honestly, this might be the content creator's dream setup, because if it's you and someone else, you can use the two transponders and one receiver transmitter to get all your audio needs synced to one device. It is a great setup. Now let's talk about the size. Look, the transmitters are extremely small, and I thought the Rode Wireless Go was small, but these are smaller than that, which is awesome. And they're made of plastic, which might be cheap for some, but honestly, they don't feel cheap to me, so to speak, and that's because of the entire package that this whole thing comes with. The transmitters have a built-in 3.5mm jack, which the lavalier mics plug directly into. It's a nice touch. And when putting on the windscreen, this is really where it's a whole lot better than the Rode Wireless Go, because you plug it into the lav mic spot and boom, it's done. It is so much better than the Rode Wireless Go, in my personal opinion, because the Rode Wireless Go has like those crazy little clip things and they just never hold on for me. Now the receiver has a screen that is pretty simple to use, and you can see when both mics are connected, and you can mute them both, not only on the transmitter themselves, but also on the receiver. As well, you can adjust the gain as well, because they have these really nice knobs that you can see exactly how far up or down the decibels that you need to push. Look, I absolutely loved seeing how simple this thing was, and I thought the Rode Wireless Go was pretty simple, but even this is super better and even more simple than that, and comes with advanced features that are sometimes a lot better than that. Now the pairing is super fast. It's literally pick up a transmitter out of the case as well as the receiver, and boom, it's paired. If you need to repair it, you pop them back in the case and then boom, it's done. You can record in mono, which would be perfect for just a single person recording, or stereo as well, which means you can record and split into multiple tracks on each of those channels, which would make it easier to edit later in post if you have a loud human on one of those receivers. They also have this additional feature, which I feel like they've made for me. You can turn on ST, or safety track, and it records in channel 1 whatever you have the gain set up to be, and then in channel 2 it would basically be 6 dB lower, and yeah, pretty much proof it against me being the loudest human. As for the battery life, in the main unit, you're going to be getting 7.5 hours of charge, with each little microphone transmitter getting you more like 4.5 hours of usage. Now the transmitters take about 90 minutes to charge all the way back up, and then the main unit takes about 2 hours to charge up. And this is where that extremely cool case comes into hand. And that's really where you're going to pair and charge all of the units all at one particular time using one USB-C type cord. So that means you pop all three back into the unit itself, and they all charge up correspondingly with one USB-C cord. Now it takes 2.5 hours to charge that case, but then that case after that's going to give you about 2.5 times charge per unit. And that way you don't have to worry about losing battery power in any of the units when you're out and about. It's an incredible design from Hollyland because of the fact that you have basically a self-charging case. You carry around one USB-C cord, plugs directly into the case, and all three of the units plus the case is also charging off of that one USB-C cord. Now from a price perspective, the entire kit's gonna set you back about $329, which at first glance, I get it. It may sound like a lot, but honestly, for the ability to get two transmitters, that's a great price point. So think about it from this perspective. If you needed to get 2 interviews. So you have to have 2 Rode Wireless Go units to connect. That means you have to have 2 Rode Wireless Go systems. And a $199 a pop plus each additional cost of a wireless lav, you're already over the price point of the Lark 150. So a lot of these features are great, but these are microphones after all, so how do they sound? Now, everything that you've heard here is filmed with the wireless lav and the unit in my pocket. I'm going to give you a little bit of outside and inside as well. So everything that you've heard here is inside. Now outside, let's show you what that sounds like. Now this is the Hollyland Lark 150, and I have it right here on my chest. So I'm going to start walking backwards. I'm at a football field, obviously, so I'm probably 25-ish feet away. So I'm going to back up a little bit more. And this is probably, I don't know, this is probably 20 yards away, so probably about 60-ish feet. Back up, go this way. Probably another, I'm probably half the length of the field away, and hopefully you can still hear me. I'm guessing you can probably still hear me. So yeah, I'm probably I'm probably at least 50 yards. Probably at least 50-ish yards. So let's come back. So again, coming back, still wearing it right here on my chest, walking like normal. I'm gonna put the lav mic on here in 1 second so you can see what this sounds like. Okay, this is the Hollyland Lark 150, and now I'm wearing, hopefully, let me get in shot here. I'm now wearing the lav mic. So what I'm gonna do is back up to roughly about the same distance that I was before. Here we go. Now I should be mentioning I'm shooting this on a Canon EOS R. This is 4K, obviously, so everything that you see here, I'm not going to do anything from an audio post-production perspective. The only thing that I might do is mess with the gain a little bit. I'm still trying to get this in. Currently, the settings that I have on this is -4 dB that you can see here. I've got my remote Canon shooter on my Pixel 4a. Normally I would shoot something like this with a lav mic on. I do this with my Rode Wireless Go as well, but I typically just shoot with a lav mic on since most of the stuff that I do is just talking to the camera from that perspective. So as you can see and hear, I'm really far away. Look for the Kool-Aid man in the middle of the field. Probably, I gotta be over 50 yards at this point. Yeah, it's probably 50, 60 yards. So direct line of sight, you're gonna have no problems at all when it relates to the Lark 150 in terms of the distance. Most of the time, I'm gonna be within no more than 10, 15 feet. So as long as that's something for you, that's fine. But if you do need to go longer distances, you can definitely do that too. Now let's see what this sounds like on an iPhone. One thing to note, I tried to get this to work with any of the Pixels that I have, any of the Android devices for that matter. I tried 4 different types of Android devices and none of them registered the Lark 150. So my Android folks, sorry, you are pretty much out of luck, but the iPhone people that follow me, you are within luck, and let me show you what that looks like and sounds like now. Okay, now I'm recording on the Hollyland Lark 150 lav mic, iPhone 12 Pro, and I'm gonna walk away. This is really hard to see. I would normally never leave my iPhone unattended or anything like that, but you can see even on an iPhone, this is 4K, 60 frames a second on the front-facing camera, but hopefully at this point you're seeing I'm well over, God, it's gotta be 35-ish yards as I walk backwards. And this is what it sounds like using the lav mic plugged into the Lark 150. Now what I'm gonna do is plug the lav mic and strap the same thing to my chest like I do on my shirt so you can see what that sounds like. Now this is the Lark 150 from about 35, 40-ish yards away, iPhone 12 Pro, using just the regular setup, the little square. That's significantly smaller than I thought it was going to be. So this is strapped right direct to my Kool-Aid man type sweatshirt. Hopefully as I walk closer, you're gonna see, and this is what you're gonna expect to hear wearing it where I'm wearing it on my chest. So like I said in my other parts of the video, I typically don't just use the little square unless I'm absolutely in a pinch. And I would much rather use a lavalier mic because I just don't necessarily like it picking up all the other background noise that is it. But the cool thing is you can use this with your iPhone 12. So that's everything that you hear. Honestly, I was really surprised at how super simple this was. It was literally pull it out of the box, put it on the camera, and pretty much dial in what the decibels needed to be for somebody like me. For the point of this video, I have it set at -4 decibels, and I think that it sounds just fine. You're probably going to want to play with it in terms of seeing what the sound dial needs to be for you. Some might need to be a little hotter, while people like myself probably should run a little bit colder. Now, I did have this all the way at -10 decibels, and that was even too quiet for somebody like me. I do think a -4 to -6 is probably perfect. And look, I absolutely love this particular system. Huge thank you for Hollyland for sending this out, because this is exactly what I will be using for pretty much all of my talking head videos, and I might actually use it for vlogging and things like that in 2021, because the ability to just strap something like that to somebody and say, hey, what does this sound like? And I don't have to worry at all about having multiple units, and I can have everything run straight to my camera, is phenomenal. Let me know in the comments what you think. Again, $329, I get it, it sounds pretty rich, but when you think about everything that you're getting, multiple transmitters to run straight through one camera, you're getting a whole lot for that $329. So that's it, that's all I have. Thanks for watching, and as always, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below, and we'll see you next time.